Hi, welcome to Wayback Wednesday. A couple things that I wanted to bring up that we changed this time. First off, I added a little trivia question in there, so if anybody sees that and has the answer, put that in the comments and we'll shout out next week's episode and tell you what the right answer was. Also, I changed the way I'm recording these Wayback Wednesday videos. Originally what I was doing was I was taking all the pictures, putting them in the project, and then they would just show for like 10 seconds and I would do a voiceover recording it. But I didn't really like that because I felt like I was rushed sometimes, trying to get in what I wanted to say in the 10 seconds, and the slides were changing before I was ready and stuff like that. So what I did this time is I did a screen capture as I went through as a slideshow and went through each picture so that I could go through at my own pace and move it to the next slide when I was ready. So hopefully this came out better. Let me know what you think, and otherwise let's get back to 2013. This was a year that we got back to normal Halloween after the last 2 years of the snowstorm and then the superstorm Sandy. So it was just fun just to get back to having a regular Halloween and having a regular display. And we did have a few changes this year, a few new additions, and a few the tweaks and more little details that we were updating and improving. So let's go back and check that out. Okay, here's a new. Well, I don't think this guy was new. I think we had him last year, but he's pretty new. This is the first time I think we're really getting a good look at him. Kind of like him. He's still around, I believe. He kind of has a Haunted Mansion-like feel to him, so I kind of like that, the cloak and all, hat. This is a new guy, I think, this year. I like this guy. He, again, has kind of that Haunted Mansion feel to him here with the look. One thing I do like about him is he's fairly sturdy, made of plastic here and cloth. But the one issue that I do have with him is he tends to kind of spin in the wind, so I have trouble getting him to stay faced the right way. But here you see some of our little details that we've started to add now in the last year or so. All these jars, different potions and stuff like that are pretty new. I think I just got those this year. Looking at them now, I realize how faded the labels are and all currently compared to what they look like here. So we may have to see if we can redo these or something. They look pretty good here, but now they look very faded. Okay, here's the hearse and the drivers. I don't think much has changed with these from this year to the previous years. Here's a new tombstone that's a Haunted Mansion tombstone, one of the ones that's outside in the queue area that we got this year. Here's skeletons playing cards. Shout out to anyone who knows why these particular cards are here like this, the aces and the eights. Let me know in the comments if you know why that is. Here's our female Victorian era type of ghost that I like. A little close up here, so she doesn't look quite as good. Here's the skeleton pirate. Again, this is the one that's the medical type skeleton that's fully detailed. And he's extremely heavy. New here is this pirate flag, which I like. We still have this around, and we put this out every year. I like the way it adds to the pirate scene here. Okay, here's that same Victorian ghost. Again, she looks a little better, I think, from a little further away here. Notice the hands. That's going to be a topic of this week. We're going to talk about improving the hands. Here you can see the cheap original way that I did them, and we're going to see the improvements that we're going to have for next year. Okay, here's the hearse again, and the guys pulling it from a little bit further away. I kind of like how I had them up on these high poles here, so they're kind of way up in the air, almost like they're floating or getting ready to take off or something. Okay, here's a mess that I think I still have this around. I kind of toy with putting this out. Some years I put it out, some years I don't. I'm not sure that it fits our theme exactly. Again, here you also see these the cheap hands that we're going to be redoing for this year. This guy we've seen a few times now also. I like him, and one thing I like about him, similar to the guy holding his head that I mentioned, is that they're kind of a hard plastic, so they're pretty durable, and they last through the weather and the different things that come up for Halloween year after year. This guy, I believe, might be new also. This outfit, I like the outfit. We still have it around. This mask, you can see here even, it looks like it's very squashed, and we have a hard time getting his head to be in a good shape. I don't know if the mask has rotted or if we just don't use it because it's just so stiff and hard to get it to be in a good shape. Here are the skeletons playing cards. These are, again, the cheap skeleton bodies that I was using originally. I've replaced since. I like these masks that I use here, but they don't fit very well on these skeletons, and it makes them look kind of weird, the way they're sitting on them, on the shoulders like that, especially this one here on the right. Here's my my haunted garden that, if you've seen last week's episode, we talked about, and we we updated this guy here on the left. You can see him here in his original pot and all, and how we upgraded him now. If you want to go check that episode out. Here you also see the zombie gnome. This other plant that we got, the skeleton type demon flamingos here. I kind of like this idea, although I think we need a little more to it to really give it that creepy, overgrown look. You know, maybe some bigger plants. So that might be something that we'll look at doing. Maybe making some really big monster plants. Now that I have a little bit more experience, maybe I could tackle that and not make it look like a talking Christmas tree. Okay, here's the skeleton playing cards here. I like this skeleton parrot on the shoulder there too. We still have him around. It's a little bit of a trouble to get him to sit just right, but I like that. And here you can also see some of the beer bottles that I made up, and I made these like pirate labels for them here, and kind of look like aged them a bit and all that. So that's another little detail that we added. That's it for 2013.